to now to see like
this is what's happening with Wiggins.
And that's what's happening with Wiggins. So both of these young players, they're still young. He's only 24 years old, and to watch these guys turn that corner, and now it's like he's scoring points late in game, he's making some other plays. That is where I think we get so impatient with young players. And like, oh, he's a bust after 2 or 3 years. It's like, well, some of them are.
It's also like 21 after 2 or 3 years.
After 2 or 3 years, that's what I'm saying. It's like, and it's like people are like, well, is this the year that Jason Tatum makes the jump? And you're like, no, like he's going to be a far better player at 24 than he is at 22 and at 26 and then at 28. So like, even if he improves 5-6% every single year, and I think that's what Wiggins has done. But the criticism of Wiggins is not his ability to score; it's kind of his motor and his approach to the game.
Yeah.
He always kind of had a I don't kind of care mentality.
My question for you is, do you think that his success is a function of the criticism? Like, do you think he hears it all and he's outside of the top 100 and he says, you know what, I'm going to prove everybody wrong?
Well, I hope so, because he's been criticized for quite a few years. Like, he won Rookie of the Year, he was doing this, but we've never seen improvement. His body never changed. He doesn't look like he's gained any weight, so it's like, how hard is he working in the weight room? And again, some people have a Kevin Durant body. I don't think Wiggins necessarily does, right? Like, you can change your body type. Everything that I've heard from around the organization and from people around the league is that how hard does he work? Is he the first one in the gym? Is he the last one to leave? And that was never the case with Wiggins. That was never the case. And I'll go on record to say he was the last one there and the first one to leave. And he would still go out and give you 20, but that's not going to generate wins for your team.
So, you'll never believe this.
Tell me.
I didn't play in the National Basketball Association. Not even a year. Not even a G League. No, 10 day, nothing. Didn't even get a tryout. So when we have people that have, we need them to take us behind the curtain.
Oh, here we go.
So couldn't help but notice something about Wiggins' teammate Karl Anthony Towns this season. He's playing with a little more aggression.
Yeah.
He kind of wants all the smoke. Let's just take a look at some incidents that Towns has been involved in thus far this season.
Okay.
Here they are against the Spurs, and you know he feels like he gets fouled there, and he does. And then Rudy Gay gets in his face, and Towns is going back and forth with Rudy Gay. Look at him, you know, doing this hold me back, let's get separated thing. And this isn't an isolated incident with Towns. Like, there was some time in Detroit where after a little dunk, you know, nice play, dunks it, and then watch the face afterwards, the stare, the scowl, you know? And my question for you is this, and there was obviously earlier in the year, there was a Joel Embiid incident. My question for you is this, you'll see the Embiid thing right here. Why do you think Towns is tough guy Towns this season when he wasn't previously?
I don't think, first of all, there's probably about 5 tough guys in the NBA.
That's fair to say. Maybe.
There's 5. And it's like, so maybe 5 guys, right? And especially now, because no one really fights, no one does anything. But if this is where you can channel that energy, like Kevin Garnett would famously say, all of those antics, where some of it was him, but some of it was like that's how he would get himself hyped up to play. Jason Kidd, on the other hand, would never speak unless spoken to. He would know, no matter how many people try to talk trash, try to do anything, he would never speak unless spoken to. So if this is what Karl Anthony Towns needs to do to play at a high level and to help lead his team into the postseason, as long as you don't get to a reckless space of like suspensions and like too much, I'm okay with it. Be over the top. If that's what it takes for you to go nuts and for your team to win.
Because I think some of this is residual Jimmy Butler incident. Like, I think that the Jimmy Butler sort of like said, you know, these guys are young and they're soft, they don't work hard. And I think that both Wiggins and Towns are sort of like, you know what, like we're going to prove that that's not the case.
Well, you should take it. You should take that to heart. Because what happened the one year that Jimmy Butler left? You guys did not make the postseason. The one
did just not make the postseason.
You were awful. The one season that you guys made it is when Jimmy was there, and all of a sudden there was a bunch of problems and a bunch of beef. And look, I know that these guys are young. Karl Anthony Towns is still young. So like for both of these guys to go and make these leaps, but understand now, you've been called out. You've been called out by a person that is well respected in this league as a competitor.
Yes.
Right? Most important as a competitor, that's where he's probably the most respected. Jimmy Butler went from not playing much his rookie year to turning himself into an all-star player, into an all-NBA player, and one of the best fourth-quarter players in the NBA. From a guy that didn't play his rookie year. So to see a bunch of top #1 picks show up and not compete as hard as him, that might piss anybody off.
I believe it.
Yeah, so now what are you going to do about it? And I like, if this is why, and you don't always want to give someone else credit for your motivation, but whatever it is,